Welcome back, everyone. So, just like normal, before we get into today's video, gotta get the normal stuff out of the way. If you like my videos, please hit that like button down below. Now, if you do enjoy my content, feel free to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to be notified when I have new videos coming out, please go ahead and hit that bell icon down below. Now let's get on into it today. So, with all the spoilers finally completely done with Innistrad Midnight Hunt, I decided to take this week to talk about some of my favorite cards, and yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Each video, be taking a handful of cards here and there, reading them off, letting you know what it does, give you guys my first impressions of the card. We're going to jump right into it today. First card I want to talk about is Triscodecophobia. Yeah, say that 5 times fast, right? Now, Triscodecophobia is a 1 in a blue human wizard creature, which is a 1/3 and has the ability that you have no maximum hand size, and then has a win con. Just let me double check real quick. Give me one moment. I do have the card up so I can read it. Okay, just double checking what the card said. So it does say at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game, and has an activated ability of 3 in a blue to draw a card. So not only is it a win con, but it's a win con that can facilitate itself. This card's brilliant flavored wise. I mean, Triscodecophobia, this being scared of the number 13, and Friday the 13th, especially during October, is a big thing. So I think this card's really cool. I like it a lot. It's a 1/3, so 13 is in the power and toughness. Flavor wise, I think it's on point. Having it to where you win the game by having exactly 13 cards in your hand is really fun. Being able to activate it, to use that, to get there to that draw power, and so it draws you the cards and lets you use it. I think that's great. I think it's a really cool, fun alternate win condition that I think some decks definitely can pull off, and I'm looking forward to playing around with it in Commander and seeing where I can go with it. So, getting right into my next card I want to talk about is Lysa, the Forgotten Archangel. Lysa, Forgotten Archangel. So, 2 white, and black for a legendary creature, Archangel. She's lifelink and flying, and she has some really good abilities here. So, her first ability is whenever a non-token creature you control dies, at the beginning of the next end step, you return that card to your hand from the graveyard. So, pseudo recursion. Pretty good, pretty decent. Now, the second ability is whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, that card gets exiled instead. So pseudo Staxi, so just kind of like the version we got from her the last time we saw her, which was the first time we saw her, which was Commander Legends. So kind of still plays off that effect that she wants your opponent's creatures to stay gone, and she wants you to be able to recur your things, which kind of works for her flavor wise based on who she was in the storyline. And I'm really interested to see what she's doing now that she's back. A lot of players thought that she was dead because it makes it sound like it in the lore, but no, all it says is that she was defeated by Avacyn. Never said Avacyn killed her, just says Avacyn defeated her, and since then she's never been seen. So I'm looking forward to seeing her back. I think the card is not extremely powerful, but I think it's at the right power level if you want to build some really cool black-white angel tribal deck. Slot it into your current Lysa build if that's what you want. I think it'd be pretty cool there. But other than that, it's a pretty solid, just a big body, flying Lifelink Angel that has a solid effect. Standard playable, not 100% sure there, but I do definitely will see. I know I'll see it in Commander, either as the leader of the 99 or in the 99, because it's just a solid card with a solid effect. Now the next card is something I'm actually pretty excited about, which is Sticky Fingers, Old Sticky Fingers, which is X and green-black, and when Sticky Fingers is a legendary creature, and I believe it's a shapeshifter or a horror. Cards up there. you'll read it. It's up there. But he has a cool effect. So what he does, I'm actually gonna have to find the card to read the card exactly. One moment. If I ever figure out how to put my glasses on. I've been wearing these things for years. You think I'd get that down, right? Nah. Nah, that's too easy. Alright, so Old Sticky Fingers. I'm going to read this off to you real quick. When you cast this spell, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards. And then you put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard and the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And then his power and toughness is equal to the number of creatures in your graveyard. Where I think that's pretty interesting is power and toughness will always equal that. So whether you cast him for X or not, he'll always check the graveyard to see how many creatures, how many creatures are in there, any given time, any zone. What I think makes him kind of interesting is that he gives you that mulch effect, but instead of you like losing a bunch of like powerful instants, sorceries, enchantments, lands, etc., when you pay that X, you're actually just gonna put them back at the bottom. So you're not necessarily milling yourself completely. You're just trying to take all the creatures, put them all in the graveyard, put all the good stuff that you want to cast back on the bottom, so you're not losing reanimate spells. I think if you're gonna play Golgari Reanimator, he doesn't reanimate himself or any other creature, just fine, because Golgari Reanimator doesn't need that. But in general, he's just this big old beat stick that you can use. You can, stack your library full of really good creatures and just bring them back out. So I think for a Golgari Reanimate Commander, I don't think he's better than like Marin, but I do think he's definitely up there with the things you can do, because the fact that you don't lose anything but the creatures. And if you're playing a graveyard deck, that Reanimator, you don't care if your creatures go to the graveyard, but like sometimes losing your instants and sorceries at certain points does suck. So that being said, I think he's very nice having that ability to just put the creatures in the bin and you keep everything else. Solid. I'm actually really excited about him. I might be building him. That might be the new commander I build. We'll see though. Maybe a deck tech coming up. Probably a deck tech coming up. Anyways, guys, as always, I'm super excited about this set. I think it's very flavorful. All the werewolves look really good. I do like the new day-night mechanic. Coven is a very interesting mechanic. I'm really interested to play around with that. And then I also do like the Daunt or Daunted or whatever the other mechanic. That one's pretty interesting. Might not play around with it too much, but I do like werewolves, day-night, and the Coven, and more cards throughout the rest of the week. Anyways, guys, as always, play more games.